Welcome to our lecture online. Now let's review a few rules on cross products or vector products. So here again we can visually see what we have as a vector product. We have A cross B. Notice we use our fingers. We point in the direction of A, curl our fingers direction of B, and our thumb points in the direction of the cross product, which we could call C. So A cross B equals C. The magnitude of A cross B will be the magnitude of A times the magnitude of B times the sine of the angle theta, and we can call that times the n unit vector. So in other words, we can write it like this, where the unit vector n is perpendicular to the plane containing, and I'm missing some words, some letters here, containing the vector A and the vector B. Notice that if we have B cross A, or if we write the vectors like this, A cross B, we point our finger in the direction of A, we curl our fingers in the direction of B, and now our thumb points downward. So really it depends upon the order of the vectors. Is it B cross A or A cross B? Notice that the vector product will point in a different direction. In other words, if you write A cross B, that is equal to the negative of B cross A. In other words, this vector C is pointing in the opposite direction, but will have the same length if the length of A and B are the same and the angle between them is the same. Also notice that if we have A cross the sum of two vectors, we can use the distributive property. This will be A cross B plus A cross C. So it can be done like that, not a problem. When we have a vector product with itself, A cross A, that'll be 0 because obviously the angle between the two vectors is 0 and the sine of 0 is 0. So when you have a cross product or a vector product with itself, you end up always with 0. But what if we have three vectors? We have A cross the cross product of B cross C. Can we simply take that and do A cross B first and then cross C? And the answer is no, not always. There are cases where it is the same and there's cases where it's not the same. So you cannot conclude that you can use the associative property when you have vector products. And finally, this is kind of an interesting one. If you have A cross B cross C, that is the same as B multiplied times the dot product of A and C minus C times the dot product of A times B. We'll show you later that that's actually the case by working on an example in a later video. But that sometimes comes in really handy when you have the cross product of three vectors. Then you can make it simpler by simply writing it like this, then instead of going through the whole effort of doing a triple cross product or a double cross product, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, the cross product between three vectors. So those are some of the rules. Be careful. It's not as forgiving when you're dealing with the vector product or a cross product versus a dot product. Dot product, you can interchange the vectors, doesn't make any difference, but you cannot necessarily do that with cross product. So be careful about the rules of cross products.